Good morning and welcome to Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson. Today is Tuesday, May 7th, and there's a lot to cover today. We have Microsoft introducing a new large language model. University of Miami is introducing the University of Miami-verse, the UMVERSE. We have Japan introducing 6G. I don't even have 5G yet, but let's dig into it for today. And then we've also got some robots and AI models and all the things. It's going to be a great day today. Let's get into it. We'll start with University of Miami. UMVERSE, if you've been to University of Miami, it is a fun, amazing campus. And now they've added virtual augmented and mixed reality to their curriculum to bring the future of spatial computing to all the students and, of course, around the world. So they've got a whole program on here. And the UMVERSE is taking shape. Very excited for them. And excited to go and check it out soon. Okay, Microsoft's AI CoPilot is beginning to automate the coding industry. This is out of Bloomberg News, and the idea here is that what we're starting to see is that percentage of coders are actually not even coding anymore. They're just using ChatGPT, and we're actually seeing a decline in Stack Overflow as well. And I'll get to that in a second, but it's so far. CoPilot has attracted 1.3 million customers, including 50,000 businesses. Wow, really, really incredible. And now, because Microsoft acquired GitHub, it now has access to all of the world's code. And this chart really says a lot here. GitHub Copilot is the top pick for coders. A survey asked developers which AI coding tool they had used most the past year. And I hadn't heard of Tab 9 before, but Tab 9 comes in second at 13%. But by overwhelming lead, you have GitHub Copilot leading the pack on code assistance using AI. Now, over to Microsoft again. Microsoft's new AI model may challenge GPT-4 and Google Gemini. It's called MAI-1, MAI-1. It may have 500 billion parameters. Large language model, they've just announced it, so there's not too much information out there, but we shall see what's happening, and this is going to be led by Mustafa Suleyman, former CEO of Inflection AI. They just brought him on the team. So we'll see what happens with MAI-1. Okay. OpenAI just partnered with Stack Overflow. We just talked about Stack Overflow, how coders used to go to Stack Overflow when they had questions on how to make the code they needed, how to solve problems. And now they're just going to OpenAI. So being able to kind of bring the two together, it's interesting. Since ChatGPT has taken the world by storm, Stack Overflow traffic has declined as programmers are using ChatGPT to help them complete code and address questions and issues. I think the combination of being able to share those questions with the open Stack Overflow community would be actually super beneficial, because it's fine to keep training the LLMs, but other people need to learn from each other as well. And I think that's where Stack Overflow really shines, and having this partnership is really great, and they've got it called Overflow API. All right, Meta's new multi-token prediction model makes AI models up to 3x faster. I read a stat the other day, and this is going to blow your mind, that by 2030 we will have AI algorithms that are 1 million times more powerful than GPT-4. Not 1,000 times, not 10,000 times, 1 million times more powerful. So the ability for these large language models and algorithmic improvements will just keep growing exponentially. And so what we're seeing here is this is just happening 3x faster. We don't think of it, 3x. It used to be 30% faster, 40% faster. Now it's 3x, 10x, 100x. And what they're doing here, and this is really cool, they're actually using multi-tokens to predict. So they're using a bunch of tokens at once, and each one, instead of being in kind of series, they're doing them in parallel. So now they can all run, and it can get to the answer much, much quicker. And really interesting how they're doing this multi-token system. I really think this is the future of large language models, because if you can feed a multi-token system, you can get to an answer much, much quicker. Okay, speaking of quick answers, Google's medical AI destroys GPT's benchmark and outperforms doctors. Google Research Lab and DeepMind have detailed their MedGemini, they're calling it, a family of advanced AI models specialized in medicine. And the idea here is that people are getting older. We're all getting older. We have ills. We need to be able to talk to doctors, but doctors are overworked. There's not enough doctors. We can't train them fast enough. So what if we can take the kind of onerous things off, like simple meetings, simple setup meetings, They have this whole instructional setup here where you can go in, you can give it the answers you want, or ask the questions you want, it'll give you your answers. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, of course, I will always put the comments in the YouTube description, so you can always get all of the links to everything I do. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. But you've got your prompts here, and the idea here is, if I go down here, you can go here, dialogue. For the last few weeks, I've noticed multiple itchy lumps on my legs. I understand your concern. Can you send me a picture? You send a picture. Have you been near any plants or medications? Okay, this could be, and it gives you a potential thing, and then potential medications. And you can, maybe take this to your doctor and say, here, what do you think? And I think this is really interesting, because it's not going to be the combination, it's not going to be AI just being your doctor. It's a combination of AI and your doctor. And there's another one here with I'm a primary care physician. This is a chest x-ray from a patient, and then the findings and that sort of thing. So I think it's really going to be a combination of the physicians and GPTs to help kind of with these really hard to diagnose things. Okay, you've heard of the Met Gala, but have you heard of the Net Gala? The Net Gala hosted their first event, Stylish and Chronically Online, and the idea is that it's the anti-Met Gala. It's for tech people. It's the Net Gala, a chic tech answer to the Met Gala. The theme was internet surveillance, prompting attendees to clad in black with some dazzling. Amazing. I love the idea of this, and there's all sorts of art exhibits and stuff like that, and people showed up. And I'm not much into the fashion stuff, but I really do love the technology. And speaking of Met Gala, here are some dresses that are deep fakes, I guess, or not deep fakes, but yeah, I guess they're deep fakes of the Met Gala. So these are not real photos. They were made, there's Rihanna, there's Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, I think. But yeah, these are not real dresses, deep fakes from the Met Gala. Very cool. Okay, Insta360 has just introduced a new 360 camera called X4. It's an 8K 360 camera for under $500, and it's waterproof. Incredible. You got to check this out. Let me play the video for you, because the video is super. That's so cool. I'm going to stop there because it's just mind-blowing. You can watch it. The whole video is there. You're welcome to watch it. I'll put the links. The US Air Force is now able to 3D print drones, autonomous drones, in under 24 hours. And this is incredible, pace in which we can build these things that are huge, full-size drones. This thing is like 10 feet across, and they can print these in under 24 hours. They made 6 of them in under 24 hours. It took 22 hours to assemble 6 aircraft, including an 8-pound personnel recovery system. Wow, we are really making some really, really large advancements like this one. DARPA is testing their autonomous tank. This is, I guess, the future of warfare is not putting people in it at all. So, or what are we just going to have a bunch of metal that shoots at each other? I don't know. I think maybe we should just stop killing altogether and just take all this information, now everything that we're doing, and make it for the betterment of humanity instead of the destruction of humanity. But you got to give it to them. This is pretty impressive stuff. Look at this thing. This is a tank with nobody in it, completely autonomous, no drivers. Wow. Look how fast this thing goes. And of course, it'll have armaments. It'll have some sort of weapon systems. I don't know that I'd want to be in the path of a platoon of these things. Wow. Crazy. So DARPA, yeah, is making autonomous tanks now. It's an ominous looking thing. Okay, over to making the world a little better. Japan develops the world's first 6G device that is 20 times faster than 5G. Now, I don't know about you, but my phone sometimes says 5G, sometimes it doesn't. I never really got the 1000x speed return that I was supposed to get with 5G. So I'm kind of on the fence about what we're doing here. But the device, the new 60G device, can transmit data to 100 gigabits per second. That is pretty incredible and can go up to 330 feet. I don't know if it's millimeter wave or what they're using the technology. So it's not clear whether it can go through glass or go through walls or anything like that. But I guess we'll keep an eye on 6G. All right, over to robots. This is a new robot model coming out of China, and this is a humanoid robot, electric humanoid robot. It doesn't have hands. I guess there's maybe attachments that go on there, but it can walk, it can run, it can keep pace with a human at 6 kilometers per hour, I believe it is the speed, and it can walk around, can do all the things. So we're starting to see the back end curve of robotics. It used to be that robots were a little bit clumsy. In fact, let's show you some robot bloopers. Crazy. Come a long way with robots, and the fact that they're able to walk on their own and move around and do actual useful work is a testament to how far we've come from these things in a very short amount of time. Okay, last thing on Daily Tech News today is Randy Travis gets his voice back in a new AI music experiment by Warner Music. It's interesting. He lost his voice to a stroke in 2013. And so they've taken 42 of his songs and they've trained an AI and they've created this new song called Where That Came From. And I will leave you with this AI helping Randy Travis get his voice back, and what a great use case for this. All right, I'll leave you with this. Have a great day, everybody.
She had eyes like diamonds, and they caught the light. Oh, but they were dark and deeper than the night. But when she'd smile, out came the sun. And there ain't no more where that came from. She had a dress that swayed all around her knees, and a voice as soft as a summer breeze. A touch that told me I was the one. And there ain't no more where that came from. I must have said.
I'm going to stop there so I don't violate YouTube rules and get kicked off. But this has been Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson. I am so grateful that you took the time to watch this. And please hit the subscribe button and make sure you have a wonderful day today. It is beautiful. The world is beautiful. And try to get some nature, because technology is not the only thing in the world. Peace.